So basically, there is this show on this YouTube channel called Awkward Virgo TV, and it is called The Comic Shop, and it is a comic shop owned by a black woman and a black man named Keith, and I believe Jessica. I might be tripping. Okay, it's Jessica, and it is probably
No, Stephanie.
Stephanie. I am so sorry, Stephanie, and it is so funny. So funny. Like, this show should be on television. It is very well like made, very well choreographed too. And even the camera angles are just like The Office and everything, but it has a lot of energy, a lot of really good jokes, a lot of very well put guest stars too, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of what else to put on this. Like, I just think that it's a very good web series. Like, it came out of, like, my friend Tyler right there told me about it, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm very glad I watched this. And it's also 6 episodes.
It's
so
short.
It's easy to watch.
It's short. And what's really important is I think it's super easy to watch because it's just on YouTube. Everyone has YouTube. If you don't have YouTube, how are you watching this? Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
But it's super easy to watch, and I think it's what makes it really good and I think easy to watch is the kind of TV it is.
Yeah.
It's a workplace comedy. Who hasn't seen The Office? Who hasn't seen Parks and Rec? Who hasn't seen all these shows that we've seen so many times? It's very easy to watch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the episodes are 14 minutes. One episode being 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that long either. It's not a super big time commitment. Here's my take.
Yeah.
I liked it. I didn't love it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it. And I actually really appreciated the quality of it.
Oh, yeah.
Super high quality, actually. Like, everyone that was working on this knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They knew how to produce a show like this, and they made it work great. Honestly, I think there just wasn't a lot of laugh out loud moments for me, where I was just like, man, like, it's probably not in that space. But for what it is, deeply impressed with what they were able to make, because it's fantastic. And I recommend everyone watch it because, again, easy to watch, and let's lift up some people that are doing some really cool stuff, because they're doing some really, really, really cool stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I had a lot of laugh out loud moments. Like,
Can you hit me with some?
That first episode, like when they're trying to work out like how this is all gonna work out with the the special, because this episode, it was obviously the pilot, but they were doing a special type of opening with
Free Comic Book Day.
It was Free Comic Book
Which is
Day.
a very real day, if you didn't know that.
I didn't know
That's
about that.
a very real day, yeah.
But they had a guest star coming, or not a guest star, but a famous comic book writer coming. And the way, I believe they were coming late, and they were trying to figure out how to keep these people going, because at this point, they're not really profiting off of just being their own store. So Keith is my favorite part of that episode, because everything he's trying to do, I think he's the one who brings the energy. Same with Connor.
Yeah.
Because those two together,
They're
I thought
so
it was going to
funny.
be those two as a dynamic do the whole time. It turned out to be everyone, but that episode, like going outside and them starting to rap and everybody's booing them, and then they're still trying to keep the crowd there. And then somebody throws something at Keith, and he's like, "Ha, you missed!" And then when he finally gets hit, he goes, "Oof!" I laughed out loud at that part, because the way, like, you know, it could have just been like it hits him and it just goes, "Ow," or something, but it hits him and he just falls over, and I'm like, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Another moment, just off the top of my head, was when Dave is coming in. And it's just at the top of my head because I finished it. But Dave, the worker in the last episode, comes in.
Yeah.
And Connor, just out of the blue. He's one of my favorite characters in the show, Keith and Connor. But he just goes up and he's like, "I'm going to make you my B." And I was
That
like,
was so funny.
I was like, that came out of nowhere.
That one got me. That one I started laughing. I was like, that's a good
Because the
line.
whole show, he says some out-of-pocket stuff. But I'm like, that's just random.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect him to say that. And then I forgot the name of the one woman.
Dominique.
I love Dominique.
I
I
like
just love all of them. Like, they're so funny. But her even going up, and even that one phrase she said when they are, I believe it was the Comic Thief episode, when Keith says he's going to lock it down, and then Connor said, Dominique comes up, and she's like, "I'll be your Nightwing, but also I'll be the one with the surprisingly fat." And I died when she said that, and then everybody's looking at her awkward, and then she looks at the camera saying that too, and I'm like, and then when Connor says he's gonna be the Joker, and he makes a really funny, nice impression, yeah, exactly.
Connor got me.
That
Connor's
was
really
funny, bro. Connor's funny out of the blue,
He's
though.
just weird, and I think that's why I liked him. And that's where I wanted to get into my favorite episode is the D&D episode.
Oh,
because
my gosh.
I think So I think a lot of the humor didn't work for me in most instances because I just didn't like connect with a lot of it. Like Connor has a line in I think the first episode when he says, "Look, I'm not trying to be sexist. I just don't think Wonder Woman can lead her own movie." And I'm like, that's hilarious. That's a funny line. And like when he calls Dave his B, that made me laugh too. I was like, good humor, whatever. The D&D episode I thought was such a good episode because of just, I guess, how much I related to it. Like, the entire time, like, the people sitting at the table being on nerds and, like, everyone just being, like, especially Stephanie just being like, dude, like, what is this? This is so dumb. I'm like, I'm not her, I'm the nerds. And the way they're talking, they're like, a scaly? How could you say that to me? He's a dragonborn. I'm like, perfect humor. That's hilarious. That's for me. And that episode, I think is also the shortest episode.
I think so.
Probably my favorite episode, hands down. Thought that episode was really good, and I thought the final episode was super good too with Dave. I thought it was a really funny episode.
Oh yeah, I really did. But I'm not gonna lie, man. The energy that this show gave me, I like way more, and I thought it was much better than the paper.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be for real.
Yeah,
like I thought it was much better than the paper, and I think that's the type of thing. Like at least with me personally, what I want to look for in a show is if you're gonna be like. You said a mockumentary?
Yeah.
I think it needs to come out with that type of energy. It needs to be very like random, very like, because we saw it's a comic shop, and obviously comic shops are gonna sell comics, but I want to know more about these characters. And with the paper, I mean, I liked it, I did, but I didn't love it because it was very mellow, very like we're gonna build out these characters and then we're gonna probably give you more energy later. I think this one going straight into we got 6 episodes. What's the crazy stuff we do? And that's exactly what they did with these 6 episodes. I loved.
I think what's so interesting is I think the paper and the show are like two opposites to each other. And I think both have like a really interesting, they have a really interesting difference. The paper, I feel like their characters are super mellow and they don't have strong personalities. I think most characters in the show did not have a strong personality at all. I think they're very normal people.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what The Office was too.
Oh, yeah.
But I think The Office had a little bit more creativity with it.
But that's what made The Office so good.
Like you had a Michael
blue.
Scott and you had a Dwight. Paper didn't really have that. The comic shop, all the characters have such strong personalities.
Yes.
Very strong personalities. Like, you know what kind of person that is just by, like, listening to them talk for a minute, you know? I think my gripe with it, and I think you like it because of it, is the show moves really fast.
Yes.
To me, that was starting to bug me a little bit.
Oh, for
and
real?
It was just, I was getting overwhelmed watching.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, all right, like, we need to, like, slow down. I want to live in some of the jokes a little bit more. I don't want to just keep cutting and cutting and cutting. And I think that's just a runtime thing. I think it also might just be the way it's written, the way their humor works. It's not completely for me, but when it does have those one-liners and they hit, you're right, they do hit. So I really appreciated the show, and I think it's great. And I'll 100% watch the second season, for sure.
I also like the guest stars.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in the first 2 episodes, I think we were talking about it before, because there was, remember Stephanie's ex-girlfriend?
Yes.
She actually, I recognize her from another show, and I
Riverdale?
hope I'm right, but I think she was in Riverdale.
She is in Riverdale, yeah.
She was one of the Josie and the Pussycats?
I don't know for sure, but I just saw her. She's on Riverdale.
Okay, then definitely she was one of the Pussycats in Riverdale. And I thought she was cool because, Josie and the Pussycats, I used to watch, like, the cartoon, a little bit of it, when it was on Boomerang. And so when Riverdale was incorporating that in, I thought that was cool. And I like how they gave different arcs. So she plays one of the characters who starts dating Archie, and they gave her a pretty cool arc. And they made her like super interesting. And I seeing her again pop up, because she was very chill and mellow in Riverdale. Having her come in here being the insane girlfriend who's trying to like mess with, or ex-girlfriend who's trying to mess with Stephanie's business, I thought was insanely funny whenever she pop up.
Yeah.
That's probably another reason why I like the first episode so much, because she just pop up out of nowhere and be like, oh, you're failing? Good. That's how I want it to be. And I was like,
I think another really big one was the last episode with Carrie Payton, the guy that plays.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that plays Cyborg.
I knew it!
Black Samson.
I knew it!
I picked it up immediately. His voice is so distinct. Where I was
Exactly.
just like, is that Cyborg? And then I looked, I was like, yeah, cool. Black Samson on the Invincible too. Like, really cool to have him in it. A character, an actor I would have never expected
Exactly.
to be in a show, because he's just like, he's so big, but it makes so much sense when you find out that Zeno Robinson, who plays Keith, also voices Hawks on My Hero
is
Academia,
still so
and is a very
nuts.
prominent voice actor. I picked that up in the second episode where he was talking, and I'm like, I know that voice. Who is that? Does this show have an IMDb page? And I was like looking, I'm like, wait, okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, that makes so much sense. It clicks. Another big actor who's in it, Raul Coley, which was weird and insane. I was like, what are you doing here? And a niche one. Watch this. Ready? I'm gonna get super cool. Ready? A niche like famous person that was in the comic book shop is Alana Pierce. Alana, journalist.
Wait, Alana Pierce. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about somebody else.
Journalist on IGN, then became her own content creator. Most recently has gone into directing and acting in some video games. Specifically, she was recently in Dispatch. She plays the demon lady Malevola. Seeing her in this show caught me so off guard because I was like, what the heck are you doing here? I was watching this at like, and I don't mean that about it. I mean that the best way possible. It's like 12 a.m. and I'm like watching this and I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is that? And then she talks and I'm like, yep, that's Alana. What the heck? That's so cool. I've been watching Alana, not forever. She pops up in a lot of podcasts I watch, so I've listened to her talk so many times. So it's just a really cool thing. But yeah, genuinely surprised. And there's probably some other famous people we don't even know. But I thought that was really cool that they just had all these special guests.
I thought this was impressive.
Yeah.
I thought this was very well done. And I can't wait, just like you, I can't wait for season 2, but...
Someone buy this show. Someone give them money.
Really, please. This was good. This was a very good idea, and I hope they get like 5 or 6 seasons, maybe more after that, but I think this could turn into something.
Yeah, I think there's 100% potential for it to like be on a streaming platform. Like, this
1000%.
This has that energy, I think. Like, even if it's not for everyone, I think, like, a good chunk of people would enjoy not only his style, because I think it's super easy to get into, but also comic books, man. I want more comic book jokes, though. I want more comic book jokes.
I thought they did a pretty decent job.
I mean, there's a good few, but I think I was just expecting way more, and I'm like, I want more. I want more of my humor. Get that in there, you know? Throw it in there. Because when they did make the jokes, I was laughing. I was like, that's a good joke. Again, the Wonder Woman comment was hilarious.
I like the show a lot.
Yeah. Really good show. Really enjoyed it. Did a great job, guys. Keep killing it. Do we know when the second season comes out?
No, I don't think so, but I mean, they're working on it. So, I mean,
Take your time.
They told us.
Take your time, do your thing. It came out this year, so I doubt it will be. Or not this year, technically. 4 months ago, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, so there you go. Watch the comic shop. Super easy to watch, and you'll have a great time. At the very least, you'll have a really good time, so highly recommend watching it.